Thank you, Dr. Janardhan Rao, the Honorary Consul General for India in Victoria. Guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Epic Impressions, an ODISSI concert performed by Joyoti and the Kalamandir. On behalf of Bijoy Das and the Kalamandir, I bid you a very warm welcome to this evening. And I am sure that in the first half of this performance, you have soaked yourself in the passion and the energy and the simple beauty of the performances that you have seen. And I promise you that there is more of similar, if not even greater passion and beauty to come in the rest of the evening that will follow. I would now take this opportunity to call upon the Honorary Consul General of India, Dr. Janardhan Rao, to come up and say a few words. If Dr. Janardhan Rao could come up, please.
Mr. Shabir, thank you for your kind words of introduction. Mr. Bijoy Das, Jyoti, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure in joining you all this evening to the ODISSI dance performance by Jyoti Das. I am very pleased to note that the proceeds of this evening's function are being donated to the Vedanta Society. It's a noble cause and it deserves a full support. I am particularly pleased to note that Jyoti has dedicated this evening's function to her Guru. In the modern age, the Guru or the teacher is often forgotten after graduation. Here, Jyoti has got a lot of respect and gratitude for the teacher and has dedicated this evening to her in memory of the late teacher. I have personally had the privilege of watching her Guru Sanjukta Panigrahi perform at least on 3 occasions and once on the same stage here. She is an outstanding artist, probably the best Odissi dancer Orissa state has ever come up with. It is very unfortunate that she died pretty young, and her late husband as well was a fantastic musician, Raghunath Panigrahi. He had a fabulous voice, and the Varnam which we watched a little earlier was sung by him. A country can be promoted either through food or cultural activities. That is where most people develop passion for a country. Either they enjoy a good Indian food or enjoy a good Indian cultural performance. Jyoti, one day I told her straight after Arangetram, I hope you'll continue to dance after this Arangetram. She said, Uncle, I will continue to do. Most often, young men and women, they learn the dancing, and once they finish that Arangetram or initiation, they tend to give it a miss thereafter. I am pleased to see that Jyoti is continuing to perform, and we had a magnificent performance so far. Jyoti has been serving as an unpaid cultural ambassador of the country. On behalf of the Government of India, I would like to thank Jyoti for her role in promoting India through the cultural activities. On a personal note, I've been the Honorary Consul for India for the last 20 years. I have finally decided that by the end of the year, I'll give my surgical career and also being the honorary consul. I wish to thank the community for their friendship and cooperation they have extended to me over the years, and I thank you very much indeed. I would like to conclude by thanking Joyoti Das for asking me to join you this evening. I wish you all well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Talking about selfless service, I think that Dr. Janardhan Rao is an epitome of sacrificing his time as well as giving materially to the community in Victoria. So I think we are going to miss him, but I do know that he's going to be around, so I'm sure that we're going to see him around in community events. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this evening is committed. The funds that, the proceeds that we are going to raise from this evening are going to be given to the Ramakrishna Vedanta Society of Victoria and the Vedanta Centre in Sydney. I would now call on Suresh Maharaj, who's the Vice President of the Vedanta Centre, to come up and say a few words. So could we have you up here, please, Suresh Maharaj?
Namaskar to all of you, friends, devotees. It has been a great privilege and an honor to be in your midst this evening and watch this wonderful performance by Joyoti. On behalf of the Vedanta Center, the Ramakrishna Vedanta Society of Victoria, especially on behalf of Swami Sri Ramakrishna, I would like to thank everyone, each and every one of you, for having kindly graced this occasion, for having extended your helping hand to the Vedanta Center. You have all watched the marvelous performance by the artists today. In Indian culture and Indian religious thought, art is a great form of sadhana, a great form of spiritual discipline. Any form of art, when it is performed perfectly, manifests the divine therein. Sri Ramakrishna used to say that wherever there is manifestation of perfection, in whichever form it be, there know that the divine is present. I personally feel the presence of the divine here this evening, and I am sure all of you also feel the same way. You have all been supporting the noble cause of establishment of a branch of the Ramakrishna Mutt and the Ramakrishna Mission, popularly known as the Ramakrishna Order, here in Victoria. It's a great privilege to be associated with any organization which helps humanity. In this juncture, I would like to recall an incident in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was then ill, lying at Kashipur Garden in Calcutta, and he was approaching the end of his mortal life. One day there was some religious discussion going on. Among the disciples were Narendranath, later who became Swami Vivekananda, whose picture you see there. Sri Ramakrishna was talking about bhakti, love for the divine, and explaining the philosophy of the Vaishnava philosophy, that is bhakti philosophy. There he quoted a verse from the Vaishnava scriptures and said, one should have love for the divine, love for Sri Krishna especially, serve the devotees of the Lord, and then show compassion to beings. No sooner than he uttered the words compassion to human beings, to living beings, Sri Ramakrishna stopped and again said, that's not right. Who are you to show compassion to anybody? You yourself are a mere mortal. How can you show compassion to anybody? Rather, it is not compassion, it is rather service to God in man. Jive Shiva Seva. Swami Vivekananda heard these words, came out of the room, and then he immediately said, today I have got a great message from Sri Ramakrishna, and if time and opportunity is provided to me, I would broadcast this great message. Later, Swami Vivekananda went to establish the Ramakrishna Order with this motto, service to God. Service to man is service to God. Service can be in any way. Today what you have been witnessing is a service to all of us, and it's a service to our souls, service to humans in times of need. Ramakrishna organization is known particularly for this aspect of service to the divine. Excellence in any form is the manifestation of the divine therein. So today I would like to especially thank Mr. Vijay Das and Mrs. Das, as also Joyoti Das for their wonderful gesture. I would like to thank them and then present a small memento on behalf of the Vedanta Center. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh Maharaj. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard today about the history of the Odissi dance as being an ancient and a breathtakingly beautiful form of sacred dance. You also heard that it's been immortalized in sculptures all over the state of Orissa. And in fact, some of these sculptural forms of Odissi date back to the 2nd century BC. Of course, much of the Odissi was revived while India fought for her independence through the early years of the last century, as well as after independence. And of course, some of this came out of the necessity of regenerating the dance and arose from researching the sculptures on the temples in Orissa, because a significant part of the dance had been lost. Allow me to quote to you from D.N. Patnaik, who's written a book on Odissi dance. Spirituality is the core of Indian art, evolved out of spiritual passions. Art in India has gone hand in hand with religion since time immemorial. Be it sculpture, be it architecture, painting, dance, music, the theme of the artist is rooted in religion. The urge is as much spiritual as it is aesthetic. And while religion is a matter of faith, spirituality is a divine experience of communion with the divine, and all the Indian art forms have been attuned to this ideal. In our own city of Melbourne, this very fine ideal has been continued by Joyoti Das. It is a tradition on which Joyoti has imprinted her own sense of spirituality, aestheticism, and poetic movement. She performs to perfection, as you have seen, and her very radiant and warm nature shines through to captivate her audience. The passion and the spontaneity of her emotions expressed through this art form are truly infectious. And I'm sure, like me, you were all held spellbound with the ease of the manner in which he performed the most complex of routines. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to join me in giving a very warm and appreciative welcome to Joyoti Das herself.
Good evening. I stand here today with an enormous sense of gratitude to everyone. Thank you, Uncle Sabir. Uncle Rao, thank you for your kind words. Reverend Suresh Maharaj, it reminds us of the blessings of Thakur to my dance endeavour, way back when Mataji Ajay Prana of Sharada Vedanta Society of Sydney had graced the occasion of my Arangetram in 1986. She had blessed us with her presence on almost all concerts of mine in Melbourne from then on, and in Sydney. And today, one another chapter of Ramakrishna Order, we are blessed by your presence and the blessings from Swami Sri Dharanandaji. Respected uncles and aunties, my friends, thank you for bearing with me for so long this evening. A few more minutes, and I will let you go, I promise. I will not bore you anymore today. Just a few thank yous. My dance endeavour is full of joys and sorrows, as you achieve nothing unless you shed some tears. I won't delve into that, but I would like to thank my gurus. A simple thank you to them is not good enough. My performances takes me one step ahead to show how grateful I am. The late Srimati Sanjukta Panigrahi and her guru, Guruji, who passed away last week. To them, and to be the chosen one, and to be taught by them and to be blessed by them is something I will treasure for the rest of my life. If you need to know any more, there's always a website these days. That's www.joyoti.net. It is your support also to each and every single one of you who is here tonight. Your contribution and your appreciation means a great deal to any dancer, not just to myself. It is your support that brings our confidence. And because the two of the most greatest connoisseurs of ODISSI dance has gone, our work has just become a little bit more harder. Classical forms are never easy, so it's your support that takes us one step ahead. It made us happy also to continue our community and cultural and social contribution. It helps to contribute in a small way because we are so far away from home. And it brings you who know nothing just a little bit closer to what India is all about. I have to mention a few uncles. Uncle Sam Boss, who is a silent worker, and he has selflessly supported me and our family. He is there and he gets his friends and families to be here. I would like to thank the sound man, the light man, the stage manager, people who have helped me at the back to get dressed, even people who have done interviews for me because I couldn't speak in Hindi so fluently. You know who you all are. Thank you very much for all your help. A simple thank you to all of you is simply just not enough, but it will have to do, I guess. Last but not least, I would like to thank Auntie Nesa, who is our compere for the night. She holds a very special place in my heart. I cannot express how I feel, but she's always there. She's always there to advise me. She's always there to encourage me. She's always there when I have a question. And she's always been there if I don't know a meaning of a song or a dance and I've forgotten. So Auntie Nesa, on my behalf and on behalf of my family, I'd like to give you just a small token of appreciation. Auntie Nesa? I won't bore you anymore. This is it for my thank yous. I'll hand it over to Uncle Sabi. Thank you.
Just to add modesty to another list of talents that Jyoti has got. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage I'll also like to acknowledge two special guests in the audience. Kimi Ketkar Shuri, who is an actor from Bollywood and is now settled here. She's performed in more than about 30 movies and of course is an exponent of dance herself. Also Shantanu Shuri, who is a filmmaker of great repute with a great amount of passion and creativity, and it is this passion and creativity that you see just now that also makes him one of the most sought after filmmakers in India today. Today's event would not have happened without the support of a number of people, and I would like to thank all our sponsors and acknowledge their support for the evening today. These include the ANZ Bank, Varun International, India Tourism Sydney, Krishna International, Society Coffeeka, Accounting First, Melbourne Opal Centre, MTC Blinds, Tandoor, Rochi's Opals, Priyadarshini, Royal Nut Company, Roshan's Fashions, Ashley Opals, Ishka, Sam Bose, and Abbey Speedy Printers. And of course, Abhishek Gupta for all the wonderful stagecraft that he has prepared. I think that there can be nothing more spiritually satisfying than to contribute to the development of art as you see it today. And all your presence here has borne testimony to the fact that we all support a performance of this kind. So above everybody else, I would like to thank each one of you for showing us support by coming here this evening. I will now hand it back to Nesa again, and I'm sure that you are going to enjoy the rest of the performance this evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.